She got away. She got away.
She got away.
Black Hood. We're called the Red Circle. Each and we're coming for you. We will find you. Find you. We will hunt you. Hunt you. We will end you.
A creepy chick montage.
A creepy chick montage. Betty is like, okay, this dude keeps waking up in my house.
And I'm not down with it.
And I'm not down with it. He's like creepily staring at her eating cereal like
a freak. Like, who brings the bowl to their mouth? He's going into her shower, using her shower, and then being like, the water press is better.
And she's like, ew.
He's drinking orange juice straight out of the carton while making eye contact with her.
And Betty is just kind of like not even safe in her own home.
Yeah, she's feeling very trapped.
Yeah, it's very upsetting. But an opportunity arises to get her out of the house.
It does. We cut to the Pembroke.
Hiram is kind of like apropos of nothing. Ronnie, your mother and I were gonna go up to our slayful little cabin in the woods this weekend, but maybe it would be better if you and your friends go up instead. You should like take Archie, take Betty, take Jughead. Make it like trip of it.
Of course, Andre would be there to chaperone you.
And Ronnie's like, that's not necessary, Daddy Kens. You're getting unsupervised free time in your parents' cabin.
And you're not cool with Andre just kind of snooping.
Like,
not even snooping,
like
just like
being
being
in
around
the house. Hey, Veronica Lodge, you're going to do what you're going to do. But it's like, you're 16.
Like, get some perspective.
But Hiram immediately folds.
Yeah, he immediately is like, yeah, sure. Archie, why don't you come into my study with me? After Papa Poutine's death, that he probably orchestrated,
Hiram
proposed a meeting
of the families from New York. So they're all meeting in Riverdale this weekend, and Hiram low-key wants Ronnie out of town, out of harm's way, and he's sending Archie there as well to kind of like keep an eye on her, watch her, and he's like, Andre will be there. He'll be creepy in the woods watching.
But like, just don't tell Ronnie.
But like, if you need him, give a little shout, and Andre will be there.
And Archie's like, okay, sounds good.
That sounds perfect.
Sounds good, Daddy.
Yeah, in this meeting at the study, the portrait haunts them.
It does. As it always does, Ronnie's portrait haunts the narrative.
Yeah. Big moves for what comes later. Let's just say another portrait gets put up on the wall.
And a portrait of a lady on fire.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
So do I. I like when they put the stuff in their armpit and then they trip.
We will cast a portrait of Riverdale on fire at the end of the episode.
Yes.
And it will be a truth self-evident.
We hold these
truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. And when I mean Thomas Jefferson, I'm going to tell them to include women in the sequel. We cut to school.
Cheryl walks into the student lounge as the Core 4 are discussing their plans for Fuck Cabin.
Yes, and she's like, out-of-town retreat? Wait, where are we going? And Ronnie is like, ooh, bestie Cheryl, her comfort bestie. This is actually more like a couples weekend. Dig at Cheryl being loveless.
And Cheryl's like, oh, my mother just told me I'm loveless. Time to go cry in the bathroom.
Cheryl and Penelope are having a standoff. Cheryl is like, Momsykins, what if you stopped being a woman of the night? Penelope is like, you are a soulless, loveless thing that's never known companionship or mutual respect, Cheryl. No one loves you, least of all me. Whoa.
So Cheryl is going into this episode with a feeling of
isolation,
let's say and lovelessness.
Yeah.
So then the Core 4 are off to the Fuck Cabin.
Ronnie immediately says it is actually called Lodge Lodge. Apparently, her and her parents would whisk away up here every summer. Andre does drive them up. He is like helping unload the car. And he kind of gives a wink, wink, nudge, nudge at Archie, like, you know, I'll be hiding in the woods, right? And as he's wink, wink, nudge, nudging, he kind of flashes a gun. But Ronnie's like, click, click, Andre. You will be gone and return Sunday Eve at 7 p.m. to pick us up.
TTFN, which is ta-ta for now. You know, everybody's settling in, and Jughead gets a call.
From Cheryl.
Which is crazy work.
Crazy
because I don't
work.
even know how she has his number.
Their contacts would not be saved in each other's phones. But he picks up.
Somehow, and for some reason, he picks up and is like, Cheryl Bombshell. She's like, Jughead, dearest, I thought maybe you would like to know that the Archie kiss happened outside of my house.
With tongue.
And it seemed pretty serious.
So enjoy your time at Lodge Lodge.
Bye.
TTFN. Cheryl thought she was doing her big one. She's celebrating in the school bathroom, which I guess, did the core four just take off school for this? Cheryl's in the school bathroom. Who should walk in but Tonita Topaz? And she's like, did you just tell Jughead about the Archie kiss? And it's like, okay, Tony knows a lot.
Yeah. Tony is constantly like...
Her thumb's in every pie.
Yes.
Much like Cheryl in many ways.
Yes.
Tony is like, Diva, why'd you do that?
Is it projection nachos?
Hurt people. And she kind of like reaches for Cheryl's arm. And Cheryl is like, get your sapphic serpent hand off of me. Yeah, so Cheryl storms out of that Riverdale high bathroom.
Yes.
And Tony's left there just kind of smirking like,
I got her.
Hey, hook, line, and sinker. So we cut back to Lodge Lodge.
The fuck cabin.
Juggy is immediately like, Betty? WTF? Like, what's happening, chica? Mind you, Ronnie and Archie have already like gotten over this.
Yeah.
But Betty is kind of on the spot.
Yeah, she's on the spot. So Vughead goes up into their room and Archie goes into their room. And Ronnie's like, thank you so much for telling me when you did Archiekins about the kiss, because I feel like that would have been really crazy if that was Cheryl telling me.
If the roles were reversed now, yeah.
And they start having sex.
Varchie is the opposite of death. Like, we're so strong, stronger than Bughead.
Yeah. And
so we cut to Bughead.
We cut to Bughead. They are fully hearing divas having sex.
Yeah, and they're like, is that all they do? And
yeah,
it's kind of like,
it's literally like, do they even have a conversation? Jughead's like, listen, I know you didn't tell me because you know I'm insecure about Archie, but like, it's okay, Diva. Like, I used to think that, but now we're trauma bonded over Shady Man. So I'm really feeling like you and Archie have got your trauma bond over the Black Hood. Yeah. And you and I have the trauma bond over the Shady Man.
They kind of like hug it out. So So Cheryl thought she was doing her big one, but
she wasn't really doing her big one.
The core four is unrattled by the events of Cheryl's bombshells, and they're having Ronnie's famous jalapeno margaritas. It does kind of take a turn, though.
Jughead and Veronica are beefing, sort of.
Because Hiram Lodge is iconically coming for the South Side and the Serpents. So Jughead is trying to do a little bit of low-key investigative journalism, like, so Veronica, how's the Sodale project going? Really busy? Is your dad an evil genius? And Ronnie's low-key kind of like engaging, like talking about the project.
Yes.
But Betty is the one that actually kind of like blows Jughead's cover, because she's like, Jughead, stop.
Ronnie interprets it as, oh, there's trouble in Bughead land. Maybe not everything is kosher.
Because they're like still beefing about Archie kiss. Veronica's solution is,
okay, everybody, I see this is happening. Take your clothes off and get into the hot tub with me. Everybody gets in the hot tub.
Everybody gets in the hot tub.
Ronnie's wearing the same swimsuit she was wearing with the Chuck situation.
Tata.
Tata
top. Yeah.
Oh, I know this one.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah, my lack of knowledge of the Sex and the City theme song. Dun 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 dun. Veronica is like, Jughead and Betty are still beefing, and they're both kind of like, what? And she's like, the thing that will fix Bughead is to clear the air and to have a Vughead kiss.
I would say Archie is more upset by this than Betty is.
Yeah.
The Archie kiss meant more to Archie than it did to Betty.
Yeah.
And we talked about it when it happened.
Yeah.
That maybe he's a bit like, this is crazy because like I had already cleared the air, so now I feel like we're rehashing shit that's going to hurt me personally.
Yeah, and also now it's his girlfriend kissing his best friend.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, eek.
There's not much else to say other than in the effervescent glow of the Lodge fuck cabin hot tub, absolutely slizzard off of jalapeno margaritas, Vughead kisses.
Betty is darkly thinking of dark things.
Yeah, and Archie is disgusted, stoically watching on.
He's getting cucked.
Yeah. Officially on the podcast, I must apologize. I misused the word cuckold when talking about Archie, son of a cuckold. Hiram would be the cuckold if Fred is sleeping with Hermione. I'm sorry, guys.
That is true. Didn't even think about it.
Yeah, so Archie's not the son of a cuckold, but his daddy is a cuckold. Veronica's doing this all in kind of like teasy fun, like, We're clearing the air. Veronica can do a stage kiss. And I think this is actually a good point of acting in Cole Sprouse's part. Hey, this only comes up so much.
Yeah. Hey.
But he like... Jughead is obviously not able to put on a front of, oh, I'm enjoying this.
Which I think is also the reason why Archie is more mad.
Yeah, because it looks like Veronica
can do what Veronica does.
Yeah.
Jughead is like, ugh.
Yeah. The way that each couple responds to Vughead kiss is ironically an inverse of how each couple responded to Barchie kiss. Bughead is the opposite of death.
They are. Betty is like, that means that you and Archie are the only ones that haven't kissed Jughead.
And Jughead's like, wait, you and Veronica? And instead of a clear answer, she stomps out wearing, you guessed it, the dark Betty wig.
She's like, do you enjoy that? Did you enjoy that kiss with Veronica?
And he's like, yeah. And she's like,
because if you did, then I'd have to punish you.
They start going at it like rabbits.
And, well...
Meanwhile, Varchie is on the rocks.
Varchie's on the rocks.
Because
Archie is
pushing up
which
to,
I feel like is the male equivalent
pain.
of the, like, putting the lotion all over your body while you're talking to your husband and he's cheating on you.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The, like, so, what's her name?
So Veronica notices Archie doing mad push-ups at the foot of the bed. Mm-hmm. And she's like, hey, you good? Are you freaked about the Vughead kiss? Because, like, that meant nothing to me, obviously.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they hear, in a parallel moment, they hear the squeaking of the bed of Bughead going at it. So Archie's like, ew, gross. And he covers his head with a pillow. And Ronnie just starts giggling.
She's like, ah! Because mind you, they don't know that Bughead has ever slept together.
Yeah.
His man is getting his rocks
girl.
Off with his
girl.
Sort of.
Yeah. His man is getting his rocks off with his girl, sort of. If I haven't ever heard a better explanation of the quad.
No, yeah.
So it's the morning after, and Archie, again, still not quite over this judge, is doing some manual labor in the woods. Ronnie steps out. She is admiring the view. Archie Andrews cutting wood. Chopping his wood in full view of Lodge. And
he's like, blah.
Yeah.
Blah. And then he gets a little text or a call
someone
or something.
pings him.
And then he's wearing his really tight jeans, so I don't know how he fits his phone in there.
But
he does.
He has a lot fitting in there. Like,
oh, yeah.
He is just sneakily creeping off into the woods. And Ronnie is like, where the hell is Archie going? So she decides to follow him. Andre and him are having a little, like, discussion.
Mainly just, like, Archie being like, Andre, you're here. And Andre being like, I'm here.
And then Veronica walks up and she's like,
Andre, you're
here.
Archie goes, well, your dad was going to meet with some families and he didn't, we wanted to make sure that you were safe. And Ronnie's like, oh, so you knew.
She's like, this is such a betrayal of my trust. Archie, you knew. Andre, you need to leave right now.
And she's like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to have a girl's day with Betty. Bye.
We're going into town.
They go to a little place, a little store that sells things.
And Mr. Man behind the counter is like, wait, you look really familiar. Have you, like, summered here before? And Veronica Lodge is like, well, yes, I have.
Oh, yes, I have.
You big hunk of meat.
And he's like, yeah, my name's Cassidy. Yeah. And it's like, okay, you big hunk of meat.
And Betty's like, whoa.
And Betty's like, stop flirting. You and Archie had a fight.
You're not breaking up. Yeah.
And then she's like,
and Veronica's like, wouldn't you know, you big sexy freak.
You
freakazoid. You sex kitten. So we cut back to Lodge.
And Archie and Jughead are having a little conversation while the girlies are out of town.
They are not chopping wood, but maybe drinking from a flask in the woods.
Doing something in the woods.
Jughead is like, I can only assume it's really complicated for you, Archie, because your best friend and neighbor, Betty, is dating your best friend and male lover, me. Jughead. And that must be really difficult for Betty as well, because her best friend, Veronica, is dating you, her best friend and neighbor, Archie.
By the way, did you know that Betty and Veronica kissed?
And Archie's like, what? And Jughead's like, yeah, the first week of school. And Archie was like, why? And Jughead's like, oh, we didn't get to that. We started having kinky sex after. They kind of bro it out, and they're like, yeah, to be fair, this is a crazy situation. I guess we'll just take it a day at a time. Oh, I know this one. Dun 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 dun. Still no Jarchi kiss.
And guys, if you're gonna hold your breath for that one, you're gonna die. Then the
girlies come back to Lodge Lodge. The bros are finished broing it out. We've had our second quad reconciliation of the episode where Archie and Veronica are like, okay, we're not mad at each other anymore. All things are right in Varchi land. All things are right in Vughead land. But are they really? Because, you know, there's still a lot of like intergenerational beef.
So then we get to the B plot of this episode. The Sheriff Keller, Mayor McCoy affair.
And Josie knows. Sierra and her have a big fight about it. So then Josie is like, meh, I'm going to go tell Kevin about it.
We get a name drop of Sheriff Keller's first name. It's Tom.
Tom Keller. Kevin blows up at Tom.
Josie's dad knows about the affair. And they're going to get a divorce.
But
Kevin's mom, who is deployed,
still knows nothing about it.
Knows nothing about
it. So Kevin is like, Mom is off serving our country. She's out on the front line, Dad. And you're sleeping with the mayor? Kevin has also been going through, much like Cheryl, a like lovelessness because he's like seeing Moose and Midge be like together. There's also something rolling into town that is just really bringing this to the top of Kevin's mind.
And everybody on Riverdale is just dying to get a ticket to see this movie.
Josie, Kevin, Moose, Midge, all of it's coming together. Cheryl, Tony, they're all converging at Love Simon. Midge and Moose see Kevin eating alone at Pop's and they're like, wait, this is so sad. Why don't you like come see Love Simon with us?
Moose had told Kevin that Midge knew that they used to hook up.
And
it is evident by this conversation she does not.
He's like, sure, I'll go see Love Simon with you two cats. So we're at the Bijou, where Chick works.
I was going to say, yeah, Chick does work there. Because remember him and Ben? They had their little fuck sesh.
Kevin runs into Josie at Love Simon. I cannot emphasize how explicitly it is like Love Simon.
There's
playing.
Clips from Love Simon.
Like Jennifer Gardner's on the screen in this episode of Riverdale.
What's his face is also
Nick Robinson, who I love. Long story short, Josie and Kevin work it out on the remix. We're kind of mad at our parents still, but we're not mad at each other. So then Josie and Kevin end up sitting together. Midge and Moose are sitting together. And who's left that was loveless and experiencing great grief at the beginning of this episode? Cheryl is like really upset at the Bijou when in comes Tony Topaz again. And she's like, you okay, Cheryl? And Cheryl's like, no, my mother's made a sexual playpen of our home. Tony is like, I was gonna go see this movie with Fangs. He drugged me here, but then he flaked. Fangs is a fan of Love Simon.
Fork found a kitchen.
Tony is like, I am just gonna sit all alone, but would you want to sit with me, Cheryl?
So everybody else is watching Love Simon, and what is the Core 4 doing?
They're playing Monopoly.
Which I would say is a very crazy thing to play when your dad, Veronica, is monopolizing Riverdale. Earlier in the episode, Jughead had gotten a call from FP, and FP goes, oh my god, we're celebrating because Hiram Lodge bought the Sunnyside trailer park.
He got rid of all of the back rent through this loophole of buying the property right from under their feet.
Betty gets a call.
It's from Alice.
She goes, ew, it's my mom.
Should I pick up? Turns out Hiram Lodge just bought the Riverdale Register.
Jughead and Betty,
they kind of blow up at Veronica and they're like, did you know about this?
Like, and is this why you guys invited us?
So that we couldn't be in town to like snoop and stop this before it all went down. And Veronica's like, guys, I literally had no clue. And Archie is like, guys, Hiram is not that bad of a guy.
He's like, Daddy is great. Daddy wouldn't do this, okay?
So
I'm sure Daddy has his reasons.
So now Bughead and Varchi are kind of like at each other's throats.
To what should their ears hear but a crash?
Suddenly the Core 4 is experiencing a home invasion. A bunch of men in, you guessed it, black hoods descend upon the scene with baseball bats, an axe, and they're like, we've come to steal all your valuables, you rich yuppie city slickers.
And wouldn't you know it, one of the ones is Cassidy.
So Cassidy is like, where's your purse? And Veronica's like, it's upstairs, I'll go get it. So they go upstairs together and she's like, I know it's you, Cassidy, why are you doing this? And he's like, hush up, we're taking your money. So she goes to her nightstand to get her purse. sneakily behind the nightstand, she reaches for the panic button. They go back downstairs, and suddenly, I think it's Cassidy.
Yeah, Cassidy's like, no, I think we need to break all of your shit.
And like really like teach you guys a lesson. So maybe you should get on your knees.
So all four of them are down on their knees, and Cassidy is about to hit something or Archie over the head with a bat.
A little black landline starts ting-a-ling-a-lingin'. And Ronnie's like, well, that would be the local sheriff's office. I hit the panic button upstairs, and you have about 30 seconds before a massive buttload of guards descends upon your hillbilly asses. Cassidy et al. Like book it out, but not before snatching Veronica's heart locket off of her chest, off of her neck.
The one that Archie had given her for Christmas. Archie will not let this stand, and he goes blah 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 blah, and he does his like KJ Appa like kind of sideways run. Blah blah blah
so
blah.
He's
blah.
chasing Cassidy into the night, into the dark woods. Archie tackles Cassidy. Suddenly, Andre steps out of the forest and is like, "Archie, go back. I'll take it from here."
Archie runs away, and as he's running away, he hears a gunshot.
But then he just keeps running back to Lodge.
And then we cut back to, of course, the most important thing.
Pops.
The Love Simon aftermath.
The Love Simon aftermath. Josie and Kevin sit down with Sierra and Tom, and they're like,
they work it out on the remix.
This is going to be a long conversation. We should start it now, blah, 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 blah. Pan over to Cheryl and Tony. Cheryl starts talking about none other than Heather. In middle school, I had this best gal pal named Heather, and we would, like, have sleepovers all the time. But one night, Mom Zeekins caught us in the same bed, and she said that I was unpure.
A deviant.
Cheryl had a checkered past with biphobic parents. Lesphobic parents?
Homophobic parents.
What should Tony do but give a hand?
I feel like they haven't had enough interactions to warrant this, but she goes, You're not deviant. You're not wrong. You're sensational. Tony's really being like, I see you, I hear you, and I understand you. And I'm
Cheryl is
asking
like,
questions, and I'm engaging.
I listen, and I observe, and I ask questions, and I engage with it. Choni has entered the villa.
Yes! Now, if you guys thought that I was excited about Barchi, this one
has been chomping at the bit for Choni.
When Cheryl was having this conversation, it was probably one of the first times I had ever like seen
sapphic representation
that wasn't like Brittany and Santana from Glee. This was very like, you can be a bitch and a lesbian. Well, that's also Santana. I don't know. You can be a redhead and also a lesbian.
WLW media just means the world to me. If you are a young, we never get earnest on this podcast. If you are a young, like, sapphic person in the world, know that we love you.
We love you. We support you.
We want this to be the safest
genuinely
space. Like, you've done so much for the world by existing.
And like,
we need that in these trying times.
We do need that. And we don't need to be dividing as a community. We need to be coming together.
Wrapping it up, putting a pin in it. Obviously, Cheryl and Tony are the portrait of Riverdale on fire.
Of course.
It goes without saying, but we had to
bring it back. Close the loop, you know.
We continue panning across the Pops tables, and the core four is there, reeling from the Lodge weekend.
The Lodge weekend.
They, like, put aside their differences, and they're like, hey, we can acknowledge that even if our parents are doing crazy, nefarious things behind each other's back, we're all our own people, and the quad must stay together.
And so we're getting a quad handhold.
We're getting a quad handhold.
Guys.
This is a lot. In the back of Archie's mind during this scene, remember, he's still the only one that saw Cassidy get absolutely murked by Andre.
Yeah.
So he has a little meeting with Hiram later that night to be like, did Andre murder that guy?
And Hiram's like, well, you know.
Did that bother you?
And Archie's like, the only thing that I wish I could have done differently with the whole Black Hood situation is I wish I would have been the one that got him.
Instead of Sheriff Keller.
So we have confirmation that it was Sheriff Keller that shot Mr. Svensson.
Yeah. And Hiram is like, good. And he pulls out Veronica's heart necklace.
Taken from the cold dead body of Cassidy. And they look at each other.
I think it has a lot to do with like the sin of the father and like not like my father's keeper. Veronica's zhuzh is always confusing to me because it's like she's in with them and then she's out and then she's like turned around and she is just like kind of a mob queen, but then also like telling Mayor McCoy about the ousting and also like anti-illegal activity and like pro-peace talks. It's confusing.
I think that they start butchering Veronica's character after this season.
Didn't expect to be talking so much about Veronica's character.
I mean, but it's true.
It's true. And let's not forget Choni. The fact that Love Simon was featured so prominently is also just such a sign of where we were at. This may be a portent of things to come, but I fear we're going to shift from calling them the core four to the quad. Knowing the Clumpster, like,
and she's just chic and slayful, and she's
if
that's not her hair,